Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a blessed Sunday. And in the news this morning for January 7, 2024, 18 guns seized in first week of New Year, 10 people arrested. The Jamaica Constabulary Force is reporting that several intelligence-led operations were carried out in the first week of the new year, and they led to the seizure of 18 firearms, including 3 rifles. Almost half of the 18 were seized in Police Area 3, with St. Elizabeth and Clarendon together accounting for 8 illegal weapons, now off the streets, a release from the Police High Command had stated. The corporate area divisions of St. Andrew North and St. Andrew Central account for another 6 of the seizures, while the streets of St. James are now safer, following the seizure of 4 guns. 10 people have been taken into custody in connection with these seizures. The police continue to urge persons with information that can lead to the seizure of illegal guns and the arrest of gunmen and gangsters to call Crime Stop at 311, the National Intelligence Bureau tip line at 811, the police 119 number, or the nearest police station. Suspicion rife over burnt-out aircraft found in St. Elizabeth. Even as a multi-agency probe is underway to determine the circumstances that led to the discovery of a burnt-out small aircraft Friday night, speculation is rife that the plane may have been involved in drug trafficking. The wreck of the aircraft was found in a swamp in the Elam Brace River area a few miles northeast of Santa Cruz. The area, which forms a part of the Upper Black River morass, is reputed to have been used as a landing site for small aircraft decades ago when the ganja export trade flourished. A police source told the news that on Saturday, bamboo with lights attached were seen on either side of a road used as a makeshift airstrip. It is a straight road. No one without knowing the area couldn't just land there. There was bamboo lining the 2 sides of the road and light on it, like a runway to guide the plane, the source said, while adding that a wheel believed to have detached from the aircraft was seen in bushes. It is suspected that the defect possibly led to difficulty in the plane taking off. The source said preliminary investigations suggest there was no crash and that the plane was deliberately landed. It is believed that a cargo was removed from the plane and it was possibly then set ablaze. Efforts to get a comment from the leadership of the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority in relation to the probe into the incident were unsuccessful up to mid-afternoon Saturday, as the calls and the messages went unanswered. Head of the St. Elizabeth Police, Superintendent Coleridge Minto, in a video posted on the Jamaica Constabulary Force's social media platforms, said it took the police close to 3 hours to find the wreckage of what appeared to be a 2-engine plane. Sometime after 7 p.m. Friday, we were alerted to the information that a plane may have experienced some amount of difficulty and went down somewhere in the morass area of Brace River. An immediate search and rescue operation was launched. The various agencies were contacted, to include the fire brigade and the military, Minto said. The aircraft was fully burnt and there is an active investigation ongoing. No person was found, no item except for the burnt remains of the plane, added Minto. He suggested that the police are examining the history of the area as part of the investigation. We are not sure as to whether or not it was a difficulty the pilot experienced or whether there was an attempt to land it in this area. There is certainly a history surrounding this particular area. There are a number of theories floating around, one of which is that the plane was attempting to land, so we will allow the experts and the various forensics persons to do their checks and investigations, and then a more conclusive determination can be made, said Minto. In January 2006, police and the soldiers destroyed an illegal airstrip at the Brace River, said to have been used to smuggle ganja out of the island. News reports at that time said Operation Kingfish operatives and the Jamaica Defense Force Engineering Regiment personnel wired the approximately 2-mile runway with explosives that made 12 larger craters on the surface. The latest incident involving the burnt-out aircraft follows the seizure of 13 pounds of cocaine in a major bust at a house operated as a drug base in the remote St. Elizabeth community of Warminster north of Junction. The cocaine, worth an estimated $28 million, as well as 222 pounds of ganja, valued at $2.2 million, more than $1 million in cash, and a car were confiscated by narcotics police at the house on Thursday night. Police also said that a man ran from the house and escaped. Lisa Lambert and Maurice out of Golding's new shadow cabinet. The opposition People's National Party seems headed for a fresh round of internal wrangling after its president, Mark Golding, signaled late last week that he was about to shuffle the party's shadow cabinet. On Saturday, Golding revealed a new 26-member shadow cabinet without the three of the PNP's more vocal spokespersons, Lisa Hanna, who shadowed the Foreign Affairs and the Foreign Trade portfolio, Dr. Maurice Guy, who spoke on health and wellness, and Senator Lambert Brown, who spoke on the public service. They were replaced by Angela Brown-Burke, who was shifted from Labor and Social Security to Foreign and Regional Affairs, and a newcomer, Dr. Alfred Dawes, who takes on health and wellness. Jolene Robinson will now be the party's spokesperson on public service while continuing to shadow the finance minister. In the meantime, Senator Donna Scott Maudsley was stripped of the information section of her portfolio, leaving her to speak only on justice, while fellow Senator Sophia Fraser-Binns is now being asked to shadow environment and ecological heritage instead of her former portfolio of land, environment, and climate change. Former cabinet minister and the leader of opposition business in the House of Representatives, Philip Paulwell, had his shadow portfolio adjusted from energy and mining to energy and climate change, while the outspoken Mikhail Phillips saw his portfolio shifted from transport and works to transport and mining. Dawes joins the other newcomers in the shadow cabinet, including Wavell Hines, who takes on labor and sports, Nikisha Burchell, who will shadow information and public communication, and Dr. Deborah Hicklin, who will speak on culture and creative industries. Efforts to get a comment from Golding on Saturday were unsuccessful, but in a response to the news via WhatsApp, he underscored that the shadow cabinet has 10 women. In a mid-afternoon release, Burchell said the reshuffle of the shadow cabinet by Golding was aimed at showcasing the diverse talent and extensive skill sets present within the PNP. The new shadow cabinet combines new faces to frontline politics alongside seasoned politicians, all ready to offer solutions to Jamaica's long-standing challenges. Each shadow minister will be supported by a team, including deputies to be named at a later date, and their junior shadow cabinet counterparts. Shadow cabinet positions provide an opportunity for team members to contribute and gain exposure without burdening taxpayers. The opposition leader thanks those who served in the previous shadow cabinet and will not be offering themselves in the next election, the release added. But even as the leadership of the party sought to portray the changes to the shadow cabinet as part of its normal business, messages shared in PNP WhatsApp groups suggested that the party could be headed for another major fallout. Good morning, comrades. I see our party leader has introduced a new method of governance, reshuffle done via email, and with limited MPs in Parliament cut off of the most senior and vocal, said one comrade. A cabinet reshuffle is being done as we speak via WhatsApp messages, and Guy and Lisa are out because they are not running back. I was unaware that running was a criterion for being the shadow cabinet, added the comrade. That PNP supporter argued that it was political suicide to move Guy and Hannah out of the shadow cabinet weeks before the party is scheduled to contest a local government election. The implications are so obvious. The question is, where is the political sense, added the comrade. With messages flowing quick and fast, several PNP members warned that the party could return to the not-too-distant past when it was split into factions. The absolute destruction of any semblance of unity within the party going into a local government election, declared another comrade in the chats. The writing on the wall is getting bolder. Wait for the implosion, added another PNP supporter. The PNP has been facing internal turmoil since 2019, when Peter Bunting challenged then-President Dr. Peter Phillips for the leadership of the party. While Phillips, under his campaign banner of One PNP, beat back the challenge of Bunting and his Rise United team, the rifts in the party failed to heal in time for the 2020 general election, where the party was given a political backsliding by the Andrew Holness-led Jamaica Labour Party. Days after that defeat, Phillips walked away from the PNP's top job, paving the way for a runoff between Golding and Hannah, which led to fresh bitter infighting in the party. Golding defeated Hannah and had since tried to unify the party while mending fences, despite the deep hurt caused by the 2 internal elections. But with this latest move, comrades are afraid that the lingering wounds are about to break out into really massive sores.